How did Extra Sensory Intelligence, or ESI, first discovered? In May 1990, while participating in a management workshop in Indonesia, round about 3 p.m. one afternoon, I sensed an unusual thought going through my mind. Moments later, I seemed to receive an image of a green circle from one of my colleagues who was seated across the meeting table. However, he was unable to confirm such an occurrence, and he would probably deny it anyway, as something improbable. 1 year later, in May 1990, while drawing and painting, I suddenly came across a very familiar face of a person on paper that I was drawing. Moments later, I recognized the person in the drawing as Mrs. Janet Falk. We were both working in the School of Business in Singapore Polytechnic. Hence, I was extremely delighted that I could confirm the existence of extrasensory intelligence. What is extrasensory intelligence? Extrasensory intelligence is the ability to sense, learn, understand, reason, and think in a logical way so that information is sent and received through human thoughts. Intelligence, on the other hand, is the ability or the capacity for sensing and grasping truths, meanings, relationships, and facts so that the data is sent and received through thoughts, verbal and written forms, or even as art pieces, painted works, or all other forms of apparatus that were invented by man. This is a discovery from the dawn of time, and all 5 senses are involved, including sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. How did I come to this conclusion? The circumference of planet Earth is about 40,000 kilometers, and the speed of light is about 300,000 kilometers per second. Therefore, the time taken for light, and hence our thoughts, to travel around the circumference of the Earth is in seconds. Anywhere else should be even quicker. What happened in the years following the discovery in the early 1990s until now? Extrasensory intelligence was something that has been on my mind for so many years, but I was unable to express it to anybody, so the phenomenal discovery was left unspoken for many years. 18 years passed, and suddenly everything seemed to fall back in place in late 2008. Discovery was more verifiable everywhere I went. I was able to talk to people using extrasensory intelligence. The human mind has never been transformed in 6,000 years of civilization and history. Something that was totally unimaginable, unsaid, has happened. Voices through the mind, and thoughts can be sent across vast distances. Extrasensory intelligence is now an added and shared form of intelligence to the human race, a whole new future for all of us. What was done to gain acknowledgement of the existence of extrasensory intelligence? Through my letter to National Arts Council, stating the occurrence in Batam, Indonesia in 1990, and subsequent confirmation of the discovery by the painting of the portrait of Janet in May 1991, the National Arts Council responded very positively on the 8th December 2010 and suggested feedback from the industry and promised financial assistance where appropriate. In essence, the Arts Council thanked me for sharing the work and my thoughts about extrasensory intelligence, and explained that the Arts Council found the art practice to be very interesting. On the 10th January 2011, I wrote to Mrs. Grace Fu, then the Senior Minister of State for Information, Communications and the Arts, and now Member of Parliament, Jurong GRC, and also Minister in the Prime Minister's Office. She replied subsequently on the 20th of January 2011 and stated she has gone through my art portfolio in detail and suggested I should contact societies for artists in Singapore and also expand my network and familiarize and move on with developments in the art profession, which I did. In the years ahead, as thoughts flows between individuals, one cannot be too careful about various issues such as terrorism, espionage, commercial crime, and so on. New laws has to be enacted to govern proper use of this form of intelligence. And the public is quietly confident that the benefit of this form of intelligence outweigh the disadvantages. Law and order must prevail in a competitive world we all live in.